But back to the question, which is the idea that whether, you're dating, and I've heard so many times as well. I know you have, how do I know this is the one? I really, there's a lot of reasons why I think this person might be my soulmate, but I haven't met everybody, right? So how can I possibly know out of the, 8 billion people in the world, 4 billion men, 4 billion women, that's approximately. How do I know that out of those 4 billion potentials, there aren't, more, or somebody that I can like better? And that's a very, logical question, right? I mean, if you, because again, to the point that most people do not properly assess the possibility of a relationship working. We know that, right? And we've spoken about this as well. So if you're thinking about it logically and you're making a decision, this is going to be the person that I'm choosing for the rest of my life to create a life with, a partnership and so on, of course, it makes logical sense to ask the question, well, I haven't met 4 billion people yet. So how do I know that after meeting 20, 50, 100, 500, I can make a real assessment? This is the one. Of course, there are times where you do feel something really almost otherworldly in a connection with somebody. But I want to go to one point for me, which I think is the foundation of everything. Because we believe, we know that there is a force behind the creation of this world. We call it the Creator. Some people call it God, but there is an intelligence, a force that is both behind the creation of this world and that directs our lives. That begins to narrow the possibilities, which means, why did I meet this person? And this is true about every person you meet, whether it's a romantic relationship or not. Well, there's a purpose to it. When you start thinking about your life with the understanding that everything has a purpose, every person you meet, whether it's a positive encounter or a negative encounter, everything that happens to you in your day, from the greatest thing to the most minute detail, is purposeful. That begins to shift your perspective. And again, I think it's important for our listeners to really ask themselves, which group are they in? Are they in the everything can be coincidental? Well, then, I'd be worried to make this type of decision, because if everything's coincidental, it just happens to be that these are the 20 dates that I went on, and this is the one that I'm feeling the most towards. But it could have been, any number of billions of other possibilities. But I know most of the people listening to this podcast, and I'm sure most people in the world, I truly believe, have that intuitive understanding that there is a force behind this world, which basically means that there's a purpose to everything.